Salutations, respected viewers. Here I am on Trafalgar Square in London. Behind me you'll see a statue of George Washington, who was given by the Commonwealth of Virginia in 1921. That's the state of Virginia in common parlance. And notably was given to Great Britain and Ireland. Of course, Ireland and Great Britain were united at the time. I thought it would be a nice touch if the United Kingdom were to give Virginia a statue of King George III. But perhaps it wouldn't be accepted quite so graciously. But in these days of the Charlottesville protests, perhaps George Washington needs to be removed. He can no longer remain in situ since he held people in servitude. Anyway, behind me is one of the famous churches in a neoclassical style. St. Martin's in the Fields, in the crypt. That's the underground bit. There are often lunchtime concerts for free. See the Royal Coat of Arms out the front. Then a few buskers around. Tad annoying, this chap, even though he's a little bit gifted. Behind me. Anyway, here is behind me is the National Gallery. The price is right. It's free to go in. It's my personal lavatory in central London. And beside it, there's the Royal Portrait Gallery. A bit further, the National Portrait Gallery. Behind me, in the distance, about 200 meters away. Now these blokes, this was actually entirely entertaining the first time somebody thought of it, about 10 years ago. All right, there's another one of them. Where is he? Where is he? Behind me. The place is infested with these sort of guys. My thing's almost falling off the selfie stick. So some people are drawing in chalk on the pavement, showing some artistic virtuosity. Maybe you can see that on the floor. Sorry, because of the glare, I can't quite see what's on the screen. Anyway, Trafalgar Square is the geographic centre of London. All distances from London are measured by Trafalgar Square. You can see the bloke getting onto a strange contraption. You can see how it's done. Is that right? The sequence out. Anyway, other things to point out. There are various high commissions and embassies around the square. A high commission is the embassy of one Commonwealth country to another, as in behind me, Canada House. The Canadian representation in the United Kingdom is called the High Commission. Likewise, the British embassy, as it were, in Canada is called the High Commission. And the man or woman who holds that top post is a High Commissioner, because Commonwealth countries are not fully foreign to each other. So Trafalgar Square, it takes its name from the victory over the French and Spanish fleet of Admiral Lord Nelson in October 1805, at which he died and gave his final words, "Thank God I've done my duty." So behind us we'll see Nelson's column. There it is, and Admiral Lord Nelson is right there at the top. It's not open to the public. Apparently there is a staircase inside. You can climb the huge lions around the pedestal, as I've done. Jomo Kenyatta used to give speeches there. This is a focal point for many rallies and protests down the years. Lord Stansgate, who went by the pseudonym of Tony Benn, he often spoke here. Just trying to think, Sir Oswald Mosley spoke here. And my goodness, let me see, Jesse Jackson spoke here. And endless luminaries of the left, not quite so much the right. You can see the big fountains here. They're switched off in winter so they don't turn to ice. And there's a big tree donated by Oslo every Christmas to thank for help in the Second World War. All right, so many streets, can't mention them all. You can see right down there, Whitehall towards Big Ben, Parliament Square. We're not very far away from Buckingham Palace, but I shan't point out everything. And some handsome equestrian statues, various generals, monarchs, and so forth. Then over here is the fourth plinth, which is usually empty. Perhaps you can see the massive thumbs up. So there's discussion of what should be there. One Labour MP, the late Bernie Grant, suggested it ought to be to the unknown slave. Actually, I agree with that idea. That's enough from Trafalgar Square.